Live your dreams or go live a nightmare. That's it. Ain't no in between. Either you gonna go live your dreams or you can go live a nightmare. Listen, when you work for yourself and you have your own quote unquote business, the money fluctuates up and down. But once you figure out your stride, once you figure out your personal recipe, you can just keep making the chocolate chip cookies nonstop. Once you figure out your personal recipe, but you have to understand what it is that you're good at and what it is that you're going to stay away from and what it is nobody really want to do. See, I understand my lane as far as my business. And you have to understand, I was listening to this guy. He said he got a big lawn care / landscaping company in Florida. He said one of his properties paid $70,000 a month. And he got another property paid $10,000 a month. And he said he got a bunch of $3,000, $5,000 a month properties, right? He understands what his niche is, right? And look, everybody wear handcuffs. You just decide where you wear the handcuffs at. Because see, you're handcuffed to your full-time job. Like now, both of them have their own pros and cons. And I don't need to explain on this video what's the pros and cons for each one. You know. But everybody wear handcuffs. The business owner wear handcuffs and the employee wear handcuffs. I watched this guy on YouTube. He got his own construction company / tree service. And he not too long went and bought him a Lamborghini, right? But you watch him in his videos. It's a non-stop grind. He's making money, he have employees, but it's a non-stop grind. He cannot walk away from the business for a month, let alone 3 weeks, and everything's gonna flow smooth. He's handcuffed to it. There's nothing wrong with that. I watched this other guy. He's in the landscape industry, and he have a Lamborghini, he have a Tesla truck, all this other stuff. But he's also handcuffed to the business. He can't walk away from it. Then I watched this other guy. He's a plumber. He make about $5 million a year. He's not handcuffed to the business. He have systems in place. His business operates in Alaska, and he lived down here in Florida. He's not handcuffed to the business. But even though he just sold his business recently, because he just said he sold his business, I think it was like 10 million or something, and then he just started another business where he's at. See, it's different levels. And some people understanding is better than others when it comes down to business. But the ultimate decision is either you're gonna live your dreams or you're gonna live a nightmare. There's no in between. There's no in between. Do I think a full-time job is a nightmare? I do. I do. Look, this full-time job I'm gonna be going to in about another 2-3 weeks. I already talked to the supervisor. So man, what's y'all hours? He said, man, right now it's mandatory 45 hours. And he told me 5 to 3:30. Night shift is 5 p.m. to 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. I said to myself, man, I hate that shift. I hate that shift. I hate it. But that's what I got to do to continue to operate and run my business, right? Because the wintertime is always slow for me. And I'm not going to just sit at the house. That's just not going to happen. That is not going to happen. And I can use the extra money as well. Like, look, last week I made $4,000 last week. I made $4,000 last week. And I was able to sock away that whole $4,000. I was able to sock away that whole $4,000, right? But with a business, you're always spending money on something. It's not that you're wasting money. It's just things need to get taken care of in business. You still have monthly expenses in your business that you got to take care of. If you have payments on equipment, you got to take care of that in the down season. If you have payments on trucks, you got to take care of that in the down season. So I'm not saying you can't make enough money to make it through the winter, because there's plenty of people that do it. There's plenty of people that make enough money to make it through the winter. I'm not talking about the money aspect. I'm talking about there's several things you go through running and operating a business that the average person just really don't understand. Like I just said, I'm gonna give you an example, and this is not a flex, on how I made $4,000 last week, and I was off Saturday and Sunday, right? I understand there will be weeks where you don't make any money in business. There will be weeks where you make $10,000. I think the most I've made in 1 week was $10,000. That was the most I made in 1 week. It was about $10,000. Just because you make it, don't mean you have it. I'm gonna say it again. Just because you make it, doesn't mean you have it. I mean, I got 10 grand. I mean, I'm gonna go drop $7,000 on this aerator I seen. Guy was selling an aerator. I'm gonna go drop the whole. I'm gonna spend $7,000 to buy that aerator. I mean, you can't do that, bro. Yeah, you got this $10,000 in your hand. What's on the agenda for the next week or two? Well, I do need to go ahead and push all my bills out. But what's your bills? Let's just use hypothetical numbers. So you got $10,000 in your hand that you just made, and you done worked all week. Saturday night, you're drenched tired, but you got $10,000 in your hand. Well, if we go ahead and push out all the bills for the month, man, that's $5,000. Okay, we got $5,000 left. All right, well, bro, you need to sock some of that away for hard times. All right, man, put $1,000 over there. All right, we got $4,000 left. Well, bro, you need to really put $2,000 of that, leave it in the business account, because you don't know what's coming down the pipeline. All right, man, I got $2,000 left. Well, if you want to go spend that, you can spend it, or you can save it, or, that's up to you. That's how business works. Just because you ran out and made that money don't mean you keep. Like today, for instance, I should make about like $1,200, $1,300 a day just cutting grass. Well, man, it's good, man. You put all that in your pocket, huh? No, you remember I said my other work truck is in the shop getting front brakes, back brakes, rotors, radiator. This is gonna run me about a good $1,200, $1,300. Oh man, see, business is up and down. The money comes and it goes. But I understand on a full-time job. I've never made that kind of money on a full-time job. Never. My biggest check from a full-time job was $2,000 in 1 week. And that was me working every day. $2,000 1 week. That was my biggest check. Now, when you have a full-time job, you can dial down your expenses when you're not spending that much money. Like, all I needed, if I had a full-time job, only thing I need is a Toyota Corolla. I wouldn't need an F-250. Get a Toyota Corolla, get a nice size SUV for my family, and we can kind of trim our expenses on down. But I'm locked into that job every single day. So either you're going to live your own dream, or you're going to live a nightmare. There's no in between. There's no in between. And people, again, I'm not going to get into the pros and cons of each one, which one's better, which one's not. They both have their own pros. They both have their own cons. You decide. You decide which one you're going to live. Either you're going to live your dream or you're going to live a nightmare. It's your decision. I got to hook this trailer up and